But both of them in that group in at -6. We go back to 10. Nelly Korda is going to have to make pretty much everything she looks at today, and that one comes up a little bit light. And that is a new putter, by the way, for Nelly. She had gone to the blade yesterday. We're back to the mallet today. We're back to it.
They went back
the
for
look
seconds.
On both of their faces when they were like, are we supposed to be dancing right now with Emma? We don't really. They're still in the grind out there. And speaking of grind, it's going to be one of those types of days. You'd imagine for Nelly Korda, who, well, is going to need 68 to get back into a weekend position for Nelly, and a right miss here off the tee at 11.
Looking left. Down into that little hollow.
I really just can't afford to drop many shots today, needing all those birdies to get back into this tournament.
We'll have a look at par. At least it's kind of slightly uphill, left to right. Nelly's slightly less robust than Jess. You know, between the years, Jess is more gregarious. She was the spearhead of the family, which kind of tread the path for Nelly to be herself along the way, to be able to kind of slide into that slipstream and just coast, especially for the first few years on tour. And it's something she's talked about now that Jess has been away for a little while with Grayson and on maternity leave, and she's kind of had to reshift, you know, the people around her. Did such a good job of it last year, but when things go wrong, we know that's when you need it the most, as we see her for par here. I know Peter and Regina, her parents, are out here staying with her though this week, so she does have a lot of support.
Just not feeling very comfortable with that putter is Nelly Korda.
Even though the strike wasn't all she wanted.
Nelly now 37 birdies in the 2 years that this tournament has been played here at the club at Carlton Woods, more than any other player. Just one birdie yesterday in that 77.
An analogy of how the
together. We saw him yesterday in our feature group, all of them in the 60s today. Nelly Korda has to be in the 60s today, but has gotten off to a rough start already. One over in this round and short-sighted here at 12. That's about all she had.
Couldn't get too cute with that. Unfortunately, just not much fun to be had in that sand.
Doesn't show sort of a one-handed feel swing of this putter. Again, went back to a blade yesterday. The mallet is back in play today for Nelly.
If you're changing putters during a major, you know you're having struggles. You want to be going there with a sharp, firm 14 clubs in the bag.
Well, I'm sure many tuning in to watch every moment and every shot of Nelly Korda today, and like you, we understood how important. That's a pop fly to right. And
she doesn't have much left in this shot, but she definitely does want to be left of that pin, kind of follow up what Lilia did.
She's going to keep on creeping away down the hill, but it is the more makeable putt from that side, like Hope says.
You hear a little bit of the read between Nelly and Jason.
You guys mentioned it earlier, the reason that these players wanted to be past the holes because now they left themselves a lot easier uphill putt than it would have been if they were short of the pin.
It's all about hitting it up that hill with enough speed. Yeah, it was a good putt. She's still positive in strokes gained putting this year. You know,
Yep.
she's positive 0.9. She's not feeling like it right now.
And you can just hear, I mean, even though it's a miss, hear a caddy, good putt. Just trying to drill those positive reinforcements just to kind of generate a little something.
Hope, back me up here. Is there a more positive caddy out there than Jason McDeed?
I honestly don't think one exists. There are a few. There are some very positive caddies out here, and she talks about it.
And now Nelly. So Nelly fans hoping that she could make the weekend. Bolstered a bit more by this growing surge towards the cut number perhaps dropping. So there's still an outside chance, even though she is far down this leaderboard. Quick and hard left. Off the tee, Nelly Korda. Does she have an upstairs route here? She answered the question for us. No. But does thread the needle to the front edge of the green.
Yeah, that was pretty good. People getting in there close, having a look at the world, but I prefer you lie. Get some spin generated. She's just in that fringe cut, that little step cut to Nelly Korda's third at 14.
Oh, that is so unlike her. Yeah, she's so good chipping the golf ball, and with ball in hand, you know you're going to have perfect lies to chip from, and doesn't get that one.
Turn our focus to Nelly Korda. One of the things I really like about the relationship that she has with Jamie Mulligan, her coach, it's not that he's not about performance, right? He has two incredibly high performance players, you know, Patrick Cantlay, Ryder Cup, Nelly, gold medalist, world #1. It's a long list of accolades from his stable, but he cares just as much about her as a human than he does as a golfer. It's not all about performance. It's about the picture as a whole, and this is going to color in a couple more of the chapters for his understanding of her as a player here this week. That's a great get, really good up and down.
Good personality fits between the two of them. Really couldn't imagine Nelly putter sort of stroke with the hybrid, and that was a clever play. Now Nelly also with driver after watching Patty find the water. That appears to be a little more straight. Big hit, avoid a divot in the rough. It does. Back for that, so we'll wait and see exactly where Patty hits from, as it's Nelly first.
Yeah, Nelly has 110 to the flag. She's just so far ahead of where Lilia was.
See if Nelly can get it going here. Come on, one shot in a row. It was a good second, but from that little step cut, loses a touch of control, touch of spin. It's so hard to stop the ball.
From here, because, you know, the water's right in front of the green, so that is another risk as she's hitting into the green.
So enough time spent, so Nelly's going to go ahead and go for birdie up here at the green at 15. It's got plenty of pace on it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Wow, that dried up really quickly. She's closer to another par. Now, barely holding on to +1. We've got 66 players, 1 over or better, so get to +2, and it might be good enough by not day's end, but tomorrow morning's end, as fog delay this morning is likely going to push the completion of this round and that official cut mark not being set until sometime tomorrow morning. Nelly in for her par, but at 7 over, not beating many players in the field for the reigning champion. Next 45 minutes going to be key. You'd have to imagine 2 birdies in the next 3 holes needed to really give herself a fighting chance on that front 9.
Well and truly, 12 holes left. 5 birdies at least needed. There are, I mean, eagle. Meanwhile, Nelly back on the tee, 16. Bunkers right in their landing zone. Now Nelly.
Yeah.
They're gonna like that one. Who gets the read? Maybe one Bursel there, just one off it once more. At 6 under par after great days from them. All right, let's see if Nelly went to school here. It's really 2 of the same. Both needed more heat on it. And you can hear once more affirmation. It is.
Probably playing off the tee, so playing the case.
Little practice drill with the left hand on the right elbow, trying to take it back. There's a little bit more of a one-piece movement for Nelly.
Pick that one clean off the tee, and almost the exact same shot delivers right beyond the flagstick. And you see we're up to 24 birdies this week for nearly $250,000 that Chevron's going to be giving to local community charity.
Check in with Nelly Korda. This was a nice tee shot at the 17th to set up a birdie putt. Okay, needed more of that earlier in the week, but Nelly trying to battle her way back. Currently 6 over par. Will need to.
Okay, wild things can happen, but for Nelly, I mean, you hit such a good tee shot. If you were to win the golf tournament, you'd probably be making these, let alone fighting to make the cut on a Friday. Of course, these are the ones that need to go down.
Yeah, I think she needs a little bit of a mojo breaker here, so hopefully she can get this one in the cut before this next par 5 coming up.
First of what that crowd is hoping is many more here on this Friday afternoon. Approaching supper time. First birdie of the day, just her 2nd birdie of the week.
Nelly Korda getting set with a tee shot at the par 5. Obviously, extremely disappointing first 2 days for Nelly Korda, the defending champ.
Yeah, she prides herself in never giving up. So the day's not over yet. Put that birdie on
Up the angle.
Nelly Korda well off that number. Needs 4 more birdies after finally getting her first of the day at 17 and lay up in a good position here at 18.
That is just 101 yards into the breeze here. May need to throw this past the flag.
with the little ledge right in front of this pin position.
All right, we've got life now.
I like the 107 field.
It is, Nelly, yeah.
Seemed to struggle yesterday, Nelly, with her wedges. A couple pulls. A little bit over the weekend in LA as well. We've seen a few different ways to get it close to this whole location, but if you want to use the slope, throw it long and right.
Staring it down. Yeah, excellent. So she's picked up a birdie and maybe another one here making the turn. Who knows? A little momentum to try to
play
make
hustle.
the weekend here, the first major of the year.
Really hard to get a whole lot of mojo going.
So a chance coming up for Nelly Korda to make another birdie here, get closer perhaps to that cut line. Take a look at this, Morgan. Yesterday, look at the putter here on the left and a different one today.
Yeah, the putter on the left is the one that she won this championship with. Last year, she went back to that this past week. The putter on the right, a similar putter. It's a new putter, but a similar style to what she has putted with over the past year, other than the putter on the left, but something entirely new in that sense, just trying to get a new feel. We saw how she putted yesterday. We saw how she putted over the weekend, and just frustration.
Yeah, and after yesterday's round, she went to the putting green, did a lot of work. Amy Rogers, you were out there?
Hey there, Terry. Yeah, after the round yesterday, Nelly Korda went to the practice putting green where she spent some time with her swing coach, Jamie Mulligan, but she wasn't practicing with the blade putter she used during the first round, in which she had 33 putts. Instead, after her round, she practiced with a larger mallet-style putter that looked similar to the old putter she used. Now, Korda had switched to the blade last week at the JM Eagle LA Championship, and on Thursday afternoon, a member of Korda's team did confirm to me that she was using, quote, a different putter in hopes of finding something that would help her get some putts to drop.
Yeah, so we did see a putt drop for birdie, picked one up, and now a chance again here at 18. But it's been, look, this isn't the same year as last year. She was coming into the week, she was quick to point that out. This is a new year. This is different. Last year when she won here, it was her 5th win in 5 starts, tying Nancy Lopez on a Soren stamp. Just a historic year. 7 wins, player of the year, but it's now 2025.
Yeah, it's hard to back up that kind of a year. Even throughout the year, last year struggled through the middle of the season, had that fantastic win at the Annika late in the year. But it's really been this club. Granted, I felt like Nelly didn't hit the ball as well yesterday as we have seen her. She was struggling with her driver, which then put extra pressure on her putter. But she even said coming into this week that she just feels like she hasn't made those putts that seemed to all go in last year. And here, 2 in a row, seeing something good as she makes the turn, trying to fight to make the weekend here.
Gallery's out there trying to support her and charge for the final 9.
On the tee, she's coming off back-to-back birdies, and we can run up there and tell her, hey, guess what? It's a birdie hole here at the first, especially if you can find the fairway, and she did.
To try and figure out how to continue to grow the event while still.
Good news for Nelly back on the tee. She's coming off back-to-back birdies, and we can run up there and tell her, hey, guess what? It's a birdie hole here at the first, especially if you can find the fairway, and she did.
Honoring
An
the use
example
over
of
that
being
way.
able to use that power.
Nelly works quickly.
Nelly only has 167 and has a great angle with her draw. Should be able to use the slope to snuggle it down to the whole location.
Nelly is cooking. That's going to be the best shot of the last 45 minutes. It's going to be your easiest look for birdie for a little hat trick.
As Nelly Korda has made the turn, this has second to the first hole.
This one would be just left of the TV tower, landed right on the top of the slope.
Yeah, she's done that. Might make it 3 birdies in a row. Nelly Korda starting to come alive here. A little bit late in the game, but back. Nelly Korda here at the Chevron Championship with a short birdie putt at the first to get back to 4 over par. Cut line, it looked like earlier today it was going to move to level par, but it's gone the other way, and right now it's at 1 over, but only one player keeping it at 1 over par.
Yeah, it just went to 1 over, so more work to do. We'll see if it stays there, but 3 in a row for Nelly Korda here around the turn. First major of
Her caddy.
Nelly with a very, very short putt. Don't even know if you have to read this one. This is one of those that is a gimme on a Saturday at the country club.
Most clubs.
You got to put out all birdies. Tic-tac-toe right there. 3 of them in a row. That's 17, 18, and now 1. And the charge has begun for Nelly Korda to at least get to the weekend in her title defense. Still needs several more coming in. At least 2, 3.
It'll be much harder from something with a slight depression underneath it.
Walking after the putt.
All right, we've got a buzz in the gallery. Back on the tee here at 2. Must find this fairway, and Nelly has, and that'll sort of chase down the wind.
back at the second. Nelly Korda trying to keep that momentum going at 4 over right now.
It's been a tough hole location to get close to today. Ideally, 10 feet left is a good spot.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the very best we have seen.
At the moment. And also she has a great angle.
Boy, is she ever feeling it. I mean, something has absolutely clicked for Nelly. Putter is comfortable, and now all Uncle Mo for Nelly Korda over the last hour or so. This for 4 in a row.
You saw earlier she had to move her mark back to get out of Patty's way. So Wine is a very similar touch-up downhill pace, moving left to right.
Oh, over borrowed.
Those two putts did completely different things almost.
Yeah, I think reading into Patty's with how little pace it had on it might have led to that for Nelly. Who knows, maybe just through the valley. Yeah, she can't work it out. How did it not? She's thinking still just the par.
Again, the margins just doesn't have a lot of wiggle room to play with, and your ball striking put yourself in position to make a really good 3 there. Just not to be for Nelly. Again, 4 over par.
There have been 11 actual eagles on the course today, with 1 double eagle too.
That's right.
So there's been plenty to find on the golf course as well. Nelly would love to find one, but a birdie here would go even further towards that cut line.
Oh, and that one stayed right there.
Yeah, maybe fooled a little bit watching Patty's putt. Looked like a good stroke where she wanted to hit it.
So it would have been 4 in a row.
Go over to the tee at the 3rd, check in with Nelly Korda.
Her iron swings the last few holes, Tom, have looked superb. Left that a little right, trying to get it to draw in.
Have to make one from long range.
A little bit throughout the course of the day. Nelly's been waiting on the tee for that green to clear, and she's ready to fire here.
Is she dialed? She liked that. Looking really good from back on the tee.
Still it helps.
Just a little bit of breeze coming into us off the hill.
Yeah, looked like she was going to be plumb in that bunker. Now Korda for the birdie. Up the hill, but laboring to get there. Got an hour and 40 minutes left.
Carry it all the way to the flag.
Nelly 1 under for the day, but still 4 over for the championship. 3 shots outside of the cut line right now. This to stay in that position. Yep. Couple par 5s to come, though, remember. And the 8th hole, certainly one that players can attack.
Can Nelly, before she has a par 5 coming up, knock in a long one to keep momentum going as this crowd is stuck with her in this comeback attempt on a Friday?
She has left herself with a long putt over 40 feet from here. The last 10 feet are very uphill up that slope. Going to be a slow one. Moving a little bit right to left for her.
Not in yet, but that mallet putter has certainly looked a lot more comfortable second half of this round.
Get the feeling that this could be a little make or break for Nelly.
Definitely a momentum changer here. A little up the hill, right to left.
No worries. She's looked like a completely different golfer over the last 90 minutes or so. The question is, will that flip of the switch be a
one like she did on number 2? This one will be reachable for her.
Second bunker down there's about 280, 285 to get into on the left. Target for Manish, probably going straight at the heart of it, draw it off it. And that sounded nice. That was struck off that driver face.
You can even hear that ball
in the hunt here at the Chevron Championship.
All right, it's par 5, so an important second for Korda here.
Should be able to get pretty close, if not fly it to the surface.
And does.
Trying to stay on the low tier, just creeps to the top.
area in play. It is shaggy a bit down that side, but not as shaggy as over here at 4, so that could be in the water for Jin Young Ko. And now Nelly full swing. She's got an eagle look at it here at the par 5.
Came out low and jumped on her.
All right, a big, big putt for Nelly Korda. This for eagle at the 4th.
We have not seen anybody keep this putt high enough to the right. It's down a slope and severely quick. Got to play it almost out to that tree trunk over there. We have the luxury of having seen it about 15 times.
You're just waiting for that thing to turn and be short, because that's what everybody's done.
It's a tough putt. Tricky leave above the hole. Of course, they're in 2 with 2 brilliant shots, but still another up.
And she shot 64 last year in the 3rd round. She knows how to make that move. Now Nelly for eagle. Speed was superb. Line a little bit low, but if you're going to miss it somewhere, that's the spot you have to leave it. That will be for birdie for Nelly Korda to get 2 off of the current cut number. 68 players right now.
Someone like Nelly is not in the mix, and some of the bigger name players have fallen away here over the first couple of days and think to themselves, this is my chance.
But if she makes a run here, keeps it going, makes a birdie here, they'll take notice. This to get it to 3 over. Yep, there you go. Same player, much different day. Look at that, since 17 on.
Golf is just a funny game.
Reach this green into the other Yuka Sasso.
Up ahead, Lydia Ko did tap in for her bogey, and now Nelly Korda for what would be her 4th birdie in the last 6 holes.
From very short range, 3 feet, moving a little bit right to left.
Climb continues. 2 under now for the day. She's fought back to +3. 8 available for birdies and eagles. But we just saw how daunting 5 can play. Gonna have to get it in the fairway here coming up at the par 4 as Nelly's gotten it within 2. There are 10 players either tied for the lead or 1 back right now on a Friday afternoon at the Chevron Championship. Nelly Korda is not one of them. But she's only 9 shots out of the lead. 2 shots out of the cut number, with Yan Liu finishing up at 18. Angel Yin's gotten into a tie for the lead. She's got plenty of holes in front of her, so we still have somebody that could theoretically chase the lead up a little bit higher. Just find a way to make the cut, and you could still win this golf tournament from the number, the way that this day is unfolded. Important tee shot for Nelly. She's staring off in the distance. Did it cover the bunker? Oh, it did. And now this is going to put a scoring club in her hand, coming off birdie at the par 5. Well, that's going to speed up darkness as that sun continues to dip a little bit. Now Nelly off a huge tee shot here at 5.
Nelly with 132.
Gets away with the one hand off, but with that,
if she's not trying to make as many birdies, that's an acceptable miss. But you know, when you hit that tee shot right there, you got to be a little greedy with that approach shot.
Well, yeah, where it landed, rolled out double the distance, didn't it, down that slope, and just lengthened the putt coming next.
That graphic tells you the entire story. We did talk about the Solheim Cup. It is a international crown year, the Hanwha Life Plus International Crown coming up in October in Korea. Nelly Korda.
Nelly Korda with a nice drive at the 5th. This is her 2nd.
One-handed was a little more what we saw yesterday. Some of those pulls.
Yeah, so she's going to have that putt where you've got to really...
As many birdies as I can, maybe the next 3 holes with whatever daylight I can keep. You know, while she's got the hot hand, you never know how it'll feel tomorrow. This up the hill for birdie. Kind of forfeited a real scoring chance with the 2nd shot. But no mistake.
That tee shot was too good for that to be the birdie effort.
Nelly's so fast. That's what Emma and Jamie were talking about. One of the quickest players out there.
4 to go. Needs likely 2 birdies.
Nelly putting over that ridge there. Much better pace, so that's going to be a 4. And she will remain at 3 over. Needs a couple more birdies, but has the par 5 8 to come.
Not without lack of trying late, as Nelly Korda's trying her best. It's the birdie hole again if you can find the fairway, as Nelly needs a couple of them coming in. Aggressive with the driver and into the bunkers.
All right, Nelly Korda on the tee at the 6th.
It's all about being in position here off the tee. This little bit up the left that's plagued her. So
Nelly's pretty close to this lip, but like I said before, shouldn't be a problem from 117. Gonna hit it high up over this lip.
Hello, Nelly. So much for being out of position.
And as Nelly is in the bunker here at 6 for her second.
trying to launch something up over that lip. She made clean contact.
Oh, what a shot. Morgan.
That's the #1 in the world right there. Pulling that
man.
off.
Shot of the day for her.
She'll hit this one close. Good distance. I told him the distance. Good distance in the bunker. It's going to stop as soon as it lands. And he called it.
Might know a thing about golf, you know, a thing or two. CEO of Virginia Country Club.
Good at this point. She's kind of walking with that strut that you see her when she's winning tournaments. So wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see her play well the rest of the round. She only has about 4 feet. Maybe keep it just inside the lip, right to left.
For birdie #5 of the round.
And 5 in her last 8 holes as Nelly Korda gets within 1 of the weekend at the moment. Big tee shot.
Boy, under the circumstances, especially, what a shot from Korda here at 6. And this for birdie now.
There's not a lot of break around this hole. On a high point where this hole is located today, you almost try and read something into the putt. You want to see it break a little bit, but whatever Nelly sees, it's time to fully commit to that line.
So,
Using a different putter and a different putter today. So 1 more birdie to get it to 1 over with a cut.
Group.
Waiting for the hottest golfer maybe on the golf course still. That is Nelly Korda. 3 under par in this round after standing on the 17th tee. 2 over for the day and 7 over for the week. She's 5 under and bogey free since.
Just 167 yards here. Has a 7-iron in her hand. Wants to be a little right of this hole and a little short of it.
Just another perfectly dialed shot. Distance control is completely on point.
7th, needing a birdie to join the weekend.
Play at 57.
wind should be right here. Yeah, the camera, and let's go 57. That gives us 7 of uphill. That's perfect.
And Karen Stubbles has dropped back to watch Nelly Korda here on the tee at the 7th. 3 holes to play.
Well, one of them being a very reachable par 5 as well for Nelly. But first things first, got to hit a quality shot here. It is a whole location that is accessible. However, we do not want to miss this left. She has a 7-iron out from 167. I think this is the perfect club for her. She's going on a draw.
Yeah, good shot.
And really good positioning too, not risking that left bunker.
World #1 yesterday, a 77. It was big news here, really, the struggles, but right back at it today. Some early bogeys today.
80, followed it up with a round of 70 in the second round. Said that was her proudest moment of the year, was how she fought back after that 10.
From Nelly today. 2 over through 3 for the round, was already over par when she started it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this turnaround. It's not just this round. It's these 8 holes. You know, it was. She looked out of sorts. The putter distance control was a little off. We were missing iron shots, and then all of a sudden, boom! Pretty good swing at 17, and then rolls in that birdie putt, and it's been as if a completely different Nelly Korda showed up to this golf tournament.
This putt's going to ball right to left and then kind of straighten up at the hole, downhill the whole way.
It feels unforgivable when you're out there in this situation. Leaving that short, not giving it a chance. Hopefully doesn't cost her. At least she knows she's got 8 coming next with Eagle plus in play.
Struggled to feed off of each other, or have fed off each other in the negative sense, and now starting to head in the right direction.
Yeah, Nelly certainly turned it around. So this to get onto that cut line at 1 over.
And from here, it's looking at it from behind the hole. You immediately think it has to break to the left, but I'm not sure that it does a huge amount.
Left it short. Cannot leave it short when you're trying to make the cut. So Nelly stays at 2 over par, 2 to play. The next hole is really important for Nelly, that par 5. She has to take advantage of the 8th. Can't really wait until number 9 to try and force the birdie. Although we've seen a few players hit lovely second shots, the next hole is really the moment for her.
There's a grind over that one too to get that cushion she needs going to the 9th tee. Now Nelly Korda, find the fairway.
Cameras are here to follow the charge. On the way home, booming drive from Nelly Korda.
Well, that is more than the go zone. That's the attack zone.
The opportunity now, this par 5. Nelly Korda on the tee.
Really have to take advantage here, and you have to be really decisive with your target. But the way the bunker that splits the 2 sides of the fairway.
She found that bunker yesterday, Karen. Nice.
This looks really good.
Definitely be able to get on the green in
2 minutes. Sun is not going to set for another 17 minutes, I believe.
Just 194 into this hole. Pin's only 5 on. Probably wants to land just a couple short of this green and hope that it pops up with an iron in her hand. 94.
Just a reconfirmation of the wind.
Yeah, a little bit of noise and confirmation of the wind. A little downwind here today.
Can she resettle? Club 12, usually a good sign.
Oh, an absolute beauty. Get that down in 2 from there. And a par at 9 should be good enough for the Friday rally.
196 to the hole, 191 to the front. Actually got just a hint of an upslope, which always makes it much more appealing with the long iron in your hand.
Big moment now.
Gust of wind there, Karen.
Yes.
Regroup, settle back in, pick that target. That last person standing there on the hill just left of the flag. She likes it.
Oh, she should do. It's a great line.
Oh, yes. How about that? On the surface in 2.
She's coming in clutch here, Terry, on this back 9.
At all points, if it's to go in here at this par 5. Again, worth repeating, sluggish start, and after a par at 16, she was 7 over par for the week. And outside the top 115 golfers on the leaderboard. 5 under cents without a bogey. And now looking to 2-putt this to get back inside the cut number at +1.
This putt is going to be a little uphill the first like 6 feet, downhill the rest of the way. Right to left, then left to right, double breaker. Main thing about this putt is to snuggle it up there, all speed.
Well, she wasn't going to make the mistake of too much pace. Just a couple of feet left. This was another sport we call it unanswered. It'll be their 6th unanswered birdie on the scorecard.
There's a little slope off the right side of the green that will move this ball. The first bit of this putt, let's say the first sort of 10 feet, is going to be a little uphill and then it will go downhill.
Yeah, we just saw Brooke Henderson just really struggle with her speed on this putt from a little bit longer, maybe another 10, 12 feet in length, but a similar line, Karen.
I still think it's light enough out here to not worry too much about the fading lights and judging speed, as I know that judging distance can be difficult when the light's fading, but I still think it's good enough right now.
Yeah, she had it read perfectly.
So that left for birdie to get it to 1 over, which is where, in her mind, there's no doubt that's where she's thinking she needs to be. Any talk about
Can't bank on the cut being 2 over par. It's going to be so close.
Now the cut just shifted to +2. In fact, we had 2 players fall off of +1. So even if this goes in for Nelly Korda, the +2s will be right on the number, but still golfers out on the golf course, and maybe golfers that will still have to finish tomorrow morning that will move that number. But Nelly is in. It's a 2-putt birdie. She is now safely inside the cut number of +2, and if it would move back to
Not a whole lot left, but a big putt.
No question about it. I mean, what a fight back from Nelly. I mean, this is quite remarkable.
Wow. Great players, great athletes find a way. Some way, somehow. And it did not look like there was a way after the
play your second shot into the green. It becomes one of the harder greens to hit on the golf course. Nelly needs to get this one away.
Yeah, the water is quite an intimidating factor around the green, and getting up and down from the left side of it's no bargain either. Just have to pick a spot, narrow your focus down. Oh, this is left. Oh, not miles left, but left enough.
That is what has plagued her. There are a couple bunkers over there. She hit it left in the bunker and still made
Interesting decision here too. If you know you're right on the number and you don't see a line very well, you're not comfortable with the visual, you have that choice. But right now, you must play on, and Nelly Korda must find dry land.
Found this fairway yesterday. Can she find it when she needs it? It's headed left.
Too safe and in that bunker.
She's got a bit of a tough shot here, but she's got 165 to the front left portion of the screen and 172 total. Good lie, though.
Contact sounded great.
All right, same spot, Brooke Henderson.
And the number, probably not going to finish till tomorrow, some of them. 9.
Nelly from the bunker.
And she has a 6-iron out from 170. The line, the rake lines in this bunker, where the bunker's been raked, are aiming her to the left side of this green, which is very helpful.
Club 12 usually means she liked it. Safely up there by the green, but will need to get up and down. Does not want to risk going to
Break left to right the whole way. She's probably going to land this just past the little ridge, about 5 paces on. Looking to make this maybe.
Well, had the release right, but just kind of weakly dove off to the right. That's going to be outside of 5 feet in dusk light, even with the lights from the scoreboard and the generated light off in the corner. That is going
to give it a chance.
Now Nelly
choosing to chip this, and she's one of the best in the business.
Might need to just go a little bit. And she's going to have that to guarantee a spot at the weekend.
You have to putt. Hers is just 5 feet away, a little left to right.
Yeah, last group on the golf course is playing 7 right now, finishing on the front. Last groups on the back are over on 16, so doubt those groups are going to be able to get it all the way in darkness. So you're going to have a few groups on the golf course for a Saturday and restart of this second round. Nelly Korda is not going to have to restart tomorrow, but the question is, will it be 1 over or 2 over for the rally? What a finish. And there's the first real sign of emotion today. The exhale after the fist pump from Nelly Korda. She needed something in the 60s. She got the 68. And the champ will defend her title on the weekend as Nelly is +1 and only 8 shots back, as now we can celebrate a little bit with Friday behind us and a Friday to remember for Nelly Korda here at the Chevron.
I'll tell you what, nothing is going to make her team prouder. You see Jason talking.
Up this golf hole, it's just a difficult situation. Tom, have you seen many putts from this position?
I don't think we have seen too many from over here.
With Jason just signaling just on the high left side of the
Yeah,
hole.
I mean, if anything, the putts have obviously moved left to right from this side of the hole. And keeping the speed up, as what we've seen, is key. Yeah, well done. Battling away today, Nelly Korda, to play her way into the weekend, and who knows what could happen here. It has really been feast or famine in the major championships over the last year or so for Nelly Korda.